So I actually think that the left is getting this wrong. I think he does care about the crowd size, but I also think that he knows that if he wants to, he can just lie about it and all of his supporters will continue to back him up on it. No, instead I think Donald Trump has decided, why should he go out there and stand in the cold when he doesn't need these people's vote anymore? Alright guys, well, as you guys well know, the Trump supporters are in the fuck around and find out stage, and they are perpetually in the find out stage, as Trump just announced recently that he will be moving his inauguration indoors because of what he claims to be extreme cold. But if you remember right, he actually said this not too long ago. He said he doesn't need your votes anymore. He got what he wanted. He got his second term out of you, and now he's playing with his billionaire buddies. That's why he's talking to Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. Many different tech billionaires are now so far up Trump's asshole that they can tickle his pre-cancer polyps. I mean, you guys do remember this, right?
We have to win this election, most important election ever. We want a landslide that's too big to rig. If you want to save America, get your friends, get your family, get everyone you know, and vote. Vote early, vote absentee, vote on election day. I don't care how, but you have to get out and vote. And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed, it'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
Yep. He doesn't need your vote anymore. He got what he wanted from you. He got your love, he got your adoration, and he got your vote. And now that he doesn't have to worry about re-election in the next phase, well, unless he gets a third term and gets the Republicans to completely invalidate the Constitution, now Trump has moved from being a populist president that tells people a bunch of bullshit that makes them think that they're going to get the things that they want from him, like, you know, building a wall, to just being a complete and utter shill for tech billionaires. Because there's one thing that Trump loves more than people's adoration, and that is money. Lots and lots of money. And there's a lot of people on the left right now that are calling into account the fact that there was many more inaugurations that are actually either as cold or colder than what's going on with Trump's inauguration.
Too cold, Donald, really, to have your inauguration outside because the temperature is going to be 23 degrees. Okay, let's just put this into perspective. It was 7 for Reagan. It was 22 for Kennedy. It was 28 degrees for Barack Obama, with winds somewhere in the 20 mile an hour range as well. It was freezing. So I'm not sure it's the cold. I think maybe it's that you're afraid of the crowd sizes and that hotels are still available. And then a lot of people, as many people as, showed up for, Barack Obama or Joe Biden or whatever, won't be showing up for your inauguration. I think it's the crowd sizes. That number is more important than the temperature number.
And of course, this has left many Trump supporters feeling inadequate.
At Capitol One Arena for folks, but nobody's going to be outside now. What's your reaction to that?
So we're not going to get to see it in person then. Is that correct?
That's right.
Well, I don't like it. I mean, we came all the way from Washington, from Oklahoma, and now we're not going to get to see it. We might as well stay home and watch it on TV.
It sucks. Let me rephrase that. It's not good.
Yeah, it's actually something that we've been looking forward to for historical purposes, and being a part of it, that's once in a lifetime.
Absolutely.
We made all the plans, all the arrangements to come up and be a part of this event. And all of a sudden to hear that it's being moved indoors,
we're prepared for the weather. It's not a problem.
It's kind of like a bummer.
It is, yeah. It's
Cold ain't gonna hurt nobody. And we have farms, and we don't get to not feed the cows because it's cold.
The consternation from Trump supporters is actually pretty understandable, because Donald Trump has never, ever missed a chance to increase the size of his ego. And we all know, specifically because of the photographs that were taken of the Obama inauguration and the Donald Trump inauguration in 2017, that Donald Trump is more than willing to embellish the size of his crowd. And we also know that many Trump supporters are actually happy to agree with him regardless of what the facts or statistics prove. I mean, This is a guy who recently decided that now he's all for TikTok after having a meeting with Jeff Yes, who's a huge investor in TikTok. This is a guy who went back on H-1B visas and decided that all of a sudden, because Elon Musk likes them, he likes them too. This is a guy who recently had a dinner with Bill Gates and talked about healthcare, something that many Trump supporters would tell you 4 years ago would be horrific and ending. It would be the worst possible scenario because Bill Gates is doing all of these things with children and drinking adrenochrome and all this other crazy stuff. So we don't have to sit here and tell ourselves that Trump supporters are going to see the facts and statistics and understand that Donald Trump is being hypocritical. No, whatever Donald Trump says becomes reality for his supporters. So Donald Trump's diminished size in the cold, to me, doesn't seem like it would really be that big of a problem for Donald Trump. He would just say, my crowd size is bigger, and everybody would agree. No, instead, I think there's something else going on here, and that is Donald Trump doesn't care about these people anymore. He got what he wanted, and now he is doing what is best for Donald Trump. And more than anything, Donald Trump wants to be accepted into the billionaires' boys club. So I actually think that the left is getting this wrong. I think he does care about the crowd size, but I also think that he knows that if he wants to, he can just lie about it and all of his supporters will continue to back him up on it. No, instead, I think Donald Trump has decided, why should he go out there and stand in the cold when he doesn't need these people's vote anymore? But here's the shitty thing. Just like any domestic violence relationship, the victim is always going to come up with excuses for the abuser's actions. And even though it might have cost Donald Trump supporters thousands of dollars and time out of their lives, it isn't going to really matter to them because they're in a cult. And these people have already experienced levels of hypocrisy that should have woken them up by now. But they prefer ignorance because ignorance is bliss. And they are going to go right on defending Donald Trump and his actions for the next 4 years. If gas prices go down, it will be because Donald Trump made it happen. If gas prices don't go down, then it'll be because Biden gave Donald Trump a bad presidency and a bad economy. If people in America continue to become more polarized and divided, it won't be Donald Trump's fault, it'll be the Democrats' fault. If tech billionaires take control of our government and we find ourselves in what some people would call either techno-feudalism, techno-libertarianism, or cyber-libertarianism, then Trump supporters will figure out some way to spin it to make it as though having chips in your brain and your water resources being restricted are a good thing. So even though usually I would take the simplest answer as the reason that Donald Trump did what Donald Trump is doing, this time I don't think it's the crowd size thing. I think Donald Trump is mask off and he doesn't care about you peasants anymore. He only cares about the love, the adoration of the Billionaire Boys Club. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. You think it's just crowd size? You think it's the billionaires? You think it's something else? Drop it in the comments. All right, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And check out that video on the screen now.